Welcome to our weekly update, and once again I'm in the North Aisle to have a last look at Geraldine Wheeler's presentation of St Francis of Assisi's Canticle of the Creatures. Today I'm standing next to La Nostra Sorella Acqua, our sister water. The Canticle of the Creatures is not only a wonderful spiritual document. I was talking to someone in Italy last week who absolutely raved about the Canticle of the Creatures, not only because he's a great fan of San Francesco, but also because this piece of writing, Francis's piece of writing, was the first piece of writing recorded in Italian. Before that, everything else was written in Latin, and so St Francis, bringing the faith to the people and living amongst the people and seeing as the faith as something that had to be expressed in everyday life, as Francis said, preach at all times, but use words only if necessary, because Francis had this idea of the whole of the population being people of faith rather than it being focused in the hierarchy of the church. He did his writing in the vernacular as well. And so the Canticle of the Creatures is really prized amongst the Italian people. It's the first piece of expression of their faith as the people in their language. This coming Sunday is a pivotal day in the life of our community of faith. On the Sunday morning we hold the annual meeting, and that's to look at the reports, to look back at the year that was, and to do some reflection on how that will shape the year that is unfolding. You'll find the report books on the Cathedral website, also here in the Cathedral in hard copy. The meeting will take place in the Cathedral. It will also be accessible via Zoom. Also on Sunday we will be burning the palm crosses to make the ashes for Lent, for Ash Wednesday. So there's another sense in which the Sunday is a day when we pivot. We pivot from ordinary time or the Sundays after Epiphany into Lent. If you haven't had a chance yet to bring your palm cross in, please do remember to bring it with you on Sunday. On Sunday just gone, we did use this space for morning tea. That went reasonably well. A few of us did struggle with the idea that we have to be seated to eat and drink. It does make it harder to build conversation, of course, sitting like that, but they are the current regulations. The government is looking at refreshing the regulations, and Cathedral Council will be reflecting once more on our COVID regulations when it meets on Tuesday week. So that does mean on Sunday that's coming you'll be able to grab a cup of tea or coffee and then come to the annual meeting, which will be held just adjacent to this space. Also on Sunday the Journey Group meets for the last time before Lent on Sunday week. The Sunday afternoon Lenten study will commence. The Lenten brochure is now available. It contains a wealth of opportunities to study together, to worship together, as well as suggested reading material to help us journey through Lent. Please find a copy of that on the Cathedral website or here in the Cathedral itself. Tuesday coming is Shrove Tuesday, the day before Ash Wednesday. So there's the opportunity to come here in the morning to enjoy pancakes. Then Wednesday, as I just mentioned, is Ash Wednesday. 3 opportunities to receive ashes: 7 a.m, 12:30 lunchtime Eucharist, and then the Choral Eucharist at 7 p.m. And a reminder that Cows also meets on a Wednesday, so if you're planning to come to the lunchtime Eucharist, why not come a little early, enjoy coffee and the gift of community. Tomorrow week, Friday the 4th of March, is the World Day of Prayer. You'll find details of that significant ecumenical event in service notes this week. The World Day of Prayer this year is going to be held at Albert Street Uniting Church. At Synod last year, the Reverend Mike Upton and I co-sponsored a motion that looked at the appellate tribunal determinations of a couple of years ago. Those determinations showed that there's nothing in the Australian Constitution from preventing us from blessing marriages, any marriage conducted outside a church. So at the moment we are hosting talking circles to look at what the church will look like with that new reality, the fact that marriage, the blessing of marriage is coming our way, and how will we respond. You'll find, if you want to be part of those talking circles, the first one was held last week, the second one is being held tomorrow at Gatton. If you want to be part of those circles, there are circles closer to us, say at Holland Park in a couple of weeks' time. Please find details on the Cathedral website. I also have some sad news to share, particularly for members of the 930 community here at the Cathedral. A wonderful member of that community who has been present with us through reading the pew sheets, and she and I have been exchanging cards, is Mary Bostrom. Mary died on Sunday. Her funeral will be held here in the Cathedral next Monday at 10 a.m. So please, in your prayers, give thanks for Mary and her life. And with that sense of thanksgiving for the gift that Mary was to us, she helped run the Cathedral thrift shop, which raised a huge amount of money for the Cathedral completion. We also say happy birthday to Tom Phillips and to Caroline Hooper. I hope you both have a wonderful day. Blessings on you as we move towards Lent and towards the annual meeting. Please pray for that meeting, and please pray with and for the community as together we move into Lent and so reflect on the gift of our baptism and what God is calling us to do, both as a community and as individuals. Peace be with you.